Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor.
What do you do when everything around you seems as if it's burning down? What do you do when you're overwhelmed? When you feel like you're trying to have structure in your life to accomplish your goals, but it still feels like you aren't making any progress. Sure, you may be making progress on paper, which is great. You may be getting closer to your goals in reality, which is great. But in your mind, you feel you haven't went anywhere. You feel you've wasted months. You feel you wasted an entire year. You feel worthless. You feel you haven't become the best version of yourself. As a result of these thoughts, it seems as if you're drowning. It seems as if everything around you is burning to the ground. Imagine watching your dream house that you labored for, sweated for, bled for. Imagine watching that house burn down, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can use all the water you want, but that fire is still raging, and bit by bit, that house is burning down. That's how it feels when anxiety gets the best of you. That's how it feels when you are overwhelmed. You're drowning, or, it's just everything is on fire and you can't stop it. The metaphors are endless, but it's a very, very exhausting feeling. It can bring you to tears. It can make you stop. It can make you feel like you're worthless. It can make you feel like you've been going in the wrong direction for a long, long time. What do you do when this happens in your life? Everybody has moments in their lives when they feel like this. Even if things aren't, quote unquote, as bad as they can be, in our minds, it is as bad as it can be. And there's no turning back. I'm no scientist. I'm no gardener. I'm nothing like that. I just read. I love books. I'm a book hoarder. I'm reading 2 books right now, and I just bought 4 more books off Amazon. So I'm contributing to Amazon, growing and accumulating more billions and billions of dollars during this pandemic year. But I read that wood ash is a very, very powerful tool when it comes to gardening. I read that wood ash, not ash from coals, but wood ash, is a great homemade source of potassium, which helps things in the garden grow. So if you sprinkle wood ash on a lawn and you water it, it's going to benefit the grass, and it's going to benefit bees, which means it's benefiting the ecosystem. Wood ash is an ally to gardening. Wood ash helps the ecosystem. Wood ash helps things grow. So if everything around you is burning, falling apart, and you can't stop the fire, what do you do in your business, in your dreams, when you're trying to achieve your goals? What do you do? What you do is you start over. It's just that simple. Am I saying you get a whole new business? Am I saying you start a whole new career? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you start over. You let that fire in your mind run its course. Our minds can be our biggest enemies. Sometimes you just got to let it throw its temper tantrum. Let it throw its temper tantrum and then start over once it's over with. So if you feel you have an issue with scheduling, if you feel you can't stick to your schedule, scrap the schedule that you created and start a new one and be realistic with that schedule. If you feel you aren't hitting your weight goals, set new weight goals, realistic weight goals within your time frame in your day that you can achieve. If you feel you're not hitting your sales goals, start over and create new sales goals. You have to start over sometimes. You have to take the ash of the fire that raged in your mind, the fire that told you you can't do anything, the fire that told you you aren't going to succeed, the fire that's telling you that you are worthless. You have to let that fire run its course, burn out, and take the ashes and start over so you can grow anew. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, and it applies to anything that you're battling with, anything that you're struggling with. You can start over. You don't have to start your business over. You don't have to find another career. You just start over. That's the beauty of a new day. Every time you wake up is another chance to start over. You can take the ash from yesterday and use that ash for today and grow new fruit. That fruit punch we talked about a couple weeks ago. This is where it starts. Use the ashes from your anxiety, from your depression, from your frustration, and use that to start a new garden. Use that to start new goals. Use that. Let it motivate you. Don't let it defeat you, because no one else is going to motivate you on this earth. You can listen to all the podcasts you want. You can read all the self-help books you want, but no one is going to motivate you more than yourself. So you have to tell yourself, you know what? Yes, I feel like I wasted the past 3 months of my life. You know what? Yes, I feel like I've been procrastinating. You know what? Yes, my business isn't going where it needs to go, but I have a new day. So therefore, on this new day, I'm going to start new goals, realistic goals that I know I can achieve, not goals that I set on myself that I know I can't handle right now because of my workload or because of my time. I'm going to set realistic goals that's going to give me momentum and give me confidence, and I'm going to be disciplined. That's the key to all of this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Discipline. If you're going to wake up at 6 o'clock, wake up at 6 o'clock. If you're going to do X, Y, and Z, do X, Y, and Z. Because the second you start to give yourself a way out, you lose confidence and that fire begins to rage again. Don't tell yourself, I will try. Tell yourself either I will do it or I will not do it. Because if you do it and you accomplish it, you're going to have confidence. But if you tell yourself, I will try to do it, and you don't do it, and you're giving that fire more fuel to rage, do not give yourself a way out. Do not say, I will try, or maybe I can do it. It's either yes or no. And if it's no, it's okay. It's no shame in that, because you're being honest with yourself that you can't handle that right now. So therefore, you need to create goals, create tasks that you can do. That's a bona fide yes. Do not lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself you can make $10 million in sales next month when you didn't even make $10,000 in sales this month. It's not an issue to set astronomical goals. But so you have to understand, when you're trying to build from the ground up, from the ash, when you're trying to ASHEvance, yes, I made that word up, ASHEvance. When you're trying to ASHEvance, you can't do astronomical goals. You have to do realistic goals. You have to do microscopic goals to build your confidence back up, to build those bricks back up of that house that burnt down. That's the purpose of this whole strategy and this whole method. And once you get that confidence, once you get that momentum, now you can start setting those astronomical goals again. Now you can say, you know what? Yes, I'm going to make $10 million in sales because I saw myself make $10,000 in sales. Yes, I'm going to lose X amount of pounds because I saw myself lose this amount of pounds. Yes, I'm going to accomplish these tasks because I saw myself accomplish those tasks. That's the point of ASHEvancement. Let your anxiety rage. Let your mind throw its temper tantrum. It's okay. You're human. But then the next day you get right back to it. You use those ashes to your benefit and you get right back to it. Do not allow yourself to keep yourself in the mud, in the dirt, in the ashes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, but that's not the case when it comes to your goals. ASHEvancement. That's the case. That's the word. That's the strategy. That's the way. So that's my message this morning, ladies and gentlemen. If this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for two things as always. Number one, please leave a 5-star review. And number two, pass it on to a friend who may benefit from it as well. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. The ashes aren't the end. The ashes is actually just a new beginning. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you next week.